Today is a very interesting week. A lot has happened. Hopefully, I can do it justice. No promises. But in particular, what stands out to me is that I got a new customer on 1776 hosting recently. And I'm very aware that I have this new customer because this non-government organization called Sleeping Giants has been emailing me. Specifically, Sleeping Giants from France. And they contact me and they go, Monsieur Moon, there is an order from the president of France to shut down this website called Democratie Participation, ran by Boris Lele. You must shut it down. And I'm like, I don't know anything about this, and you can fuck off unless you have a U.S. court order, which matters. So the frog, he steps up, right? And he says, then I guess we will have to contact your business partners and tell them that you are hosting this Nazi website. And I don't have any business partners. But actually, no, in their email, the first reply, they say, would you mind to please enlighten us to what you consider illegal as per U.S. law? Let me read that again. What would you consider illegal as per U.S. law? Like, motherfucker, what do you think? I think that's a very self-explanatory description. I think that is exactly what it is, and it cannot be described any more accurately. So, I actually replied because I saw on Twitter, and I guess I should pull this up. I didn't think about it for some reason. They have a really shitty Twitter handle that I can't think. There it is. Okay. All in fucking French. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. They post a lot because they're working to fight the Nazis, guys. And fighting Nazis means posting on Twitter. So they say, Le Hamburger. Is that like, it sounds like hamburger. The Hamburger, 1776 hosting. Is there like a translate button? No? Anyways, they're saying, okay, this is Joshua Noel Moon saying, I don't mean to bother, but would you happen to have any extra fingers left for my necklace? Toes, maybe. And this is good Muslims need a nice genocide. And this is them, again, talking about my Jew finger necklace. I don't know what the obsession is with my jewelry, but this is like the 8th independent person to find this shit about the Jew finger necklace. And I don't know, they just love it. I don't know what the fuck it is about the necklace, the Jew early, yes, quite. This is them. Joshua Moon, guerre assez Kiwi Farms, site abominable. Spécialiste du doxing and du harassment. I don't know what ayant poussé means. That sounds like a slur. Oh, we push persons, multiple people, to suicide. Oh, and that's talking about Atkinson killing a couple Mexicans and then killing himself after he got cucked by a couch. And this is these are other. Oh, so they look up other people that are hosted through the subnet to try and fuck with them too. Very, very, very Vordrak-esque. So they wrote about me, and I said in my email, I did see your post calling me a Nazi, though, which was very interesting. You didn't even try asking if I knew this website was hosted by me before assuming I was trying to start some sort of political uprising and resurrect the corpse of Adolf Hitler. I don't know anything about France. I don't speak French, and I don't know how your government works. I don't particularly care to know. I tend not to concern myself with foreign affairs because it's none of my business. In the U.S., you have to get a court order to take something down. And I said that the website in particular, this democratic, it's a really weird name. It's like democratic participation. So when I read people complaining about it, they're like, the French are complaining, like, we really got to shut down democratic participation. I'm like, I'm not an ophthalmologist like the people in the Weeb Wars forum are, But I gotta say, when they say they gotta shut down democratic participation, that's not a good look. My question in response to them was, this is just like a reverse proxy. Like they're buying the cheapest possible VPS. There's no fucking way this big ass blog is hosted on this service. There's no way it's on this hardware based on the resource usage. It's just a reverse proxy like Cloudflare. And I'm like, okay, if I shut them down, they're just going to reverse proxy through a different VPS in a matter of seconds. It takes minutes to set up a new reverse proxy. And I know because I did this with Kiwi Farms for fucking forever. So I asked, I said, do you intend to do this forever? Just keep fucking with different VPS companies. And they said, Mr. Moon, thank you for your reply. Please point out where we call you a Nazi. And I don't know, like, they may not use the word Nazi, but I'm pretty sure I've got a good fucking case for what they're implying here with my site Abominable. But, yet, as you are now aware, you do host a racist, LGBTQ-phobic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic Nazi website created by someone who is, and this is an important tidbit, an Interpol Red Alert. It should come as no surprise to you that you and your company will be associated with the content and author. I guess you have looked at it, even though you are not a polyglot, which is someone who speaks multiple languages, usually more than 2. We are confident that all the aforementioned adjectives can be easily understood by someone looking at the graphic content of the site. You can also hit the translate button, but as you state you don't care, this is probably too much to ask. And yes, I did write that. They, as a non-government organization presumably ran by adults over the age of 18, wrote the sentence, you can also hit the translate button, but as you state you do not care, this is probably too much to ask. That's the fucking red wine just staining the fucking email. As for inconveniencing you, because at the end of my email I didn't read this part, but I said, Baguette Le Frog, or whoever the fuck you think you're hunting after, has never inconvenienced me, you have. And that my point was that I have, and I'll rant about this in a second, I have never been inconvenienced by fucking Nazis on the internet. Never. Not once. Not once in my life have I ever been harassed by a Nazi on the internet. But I am constantly dealing with these fucking people. So he says, as for inconveniencing you, compared to the harm and inconvenience you cause to thousands of people by providing services to Borilale, you may comprehend that your personal inconvenience troubles us heartily. Please note that we shall indeed, if Lele changes VPSs, continue our endeavor forever if need be. As shall the French police and justice system. Fugitives always get caught in the end. Cordially, Sleeping Giants France. And my reply was simply the sentence, I'm not going to be threatened by the French. And they say, what a strange, if not sad, world you live in. No one is threatening you. The person under Interpol Red Alert is Borilele. Anyway, this discussion is futile. You have confirmed that you do not care about the content you are hosting. That is your prerogative and reflects only on who you are and what you stand for. It seems Mr. Lele did not choose your company by accident, but he thought it was a good match for his despicable endeavors. Cordially, Sleeping Giants France. And then I ignore it. I leave it there, and I think for a little bit, and I'm thinking, I should check. I'm just curious. I might want to go to the Shangan region at some point. I don't want to be fucking scooped up at the airport by a bunch of fucking angry baguettes because I host some stupid fucking website. So I go to Interpol, right? And I'll do it right now. Interpol Red Alert. Or they're called red notices, I guess. But I can view and search it. Right. I want to do Lele Bori and press search. And there are no results. And I said, look, dude, is there any evidence whatsoever that this Borilele guy is actually wanted by Interpol? And his response was, I'll just show you what he wanted me to see. Because there is like a little tidbit, but basically what they say on this website, on Interpol's website, is that they have about 58,000 red alerts, but only about 57,000 of them can be searched publicly. The other 51,000 warrants for international arrest and extradition are private. They're secret. The overwhelming majority of red alerts are completely fucking secret. And I'm just thinking, like, this is a absolute fucking nightmare. How the fuck, if you live in EU, how the fuck do you sleep at night knowing that there's like this international government agency which can put out warrants from any other country for any bullshit fucking reason and scoop you up without even telling you that you're wanted? I don't get that shit. And somehow that's his response to me asking him for evidence that this man even has a red notice is, it has been reported during his regular trials a good number of times in France, but hey, that's what we speak over here. Just hit Control Interpol and find relevant reference in the text will pop up. And they leaked to sites from Slate.France, the Wikipedia article on France, Le Monde.France, and BNVCA.org about how France is seeking extradition of Boris Lelay. But and there's also a article from Haaretz, which is the Israeli newspaper, and they're all saying the same thing. They're all saying he's got a red alert. But how the fuck do you know? How do you know that he has a red alert if there's no publication of this? Surely I should be able to fucking email someone and get a fucking paper in my reply as a PDF saying, this is the policing agency, this is the country that is requesting his extradition, this is us accepting him, and there should be names and accountability on this fucking piece of paper that indicate to me that this is an actual thing by actual people going through actual processes. But no, none of that. And I know from experience with the fucking New Zealand articles, the New Zealand media, that like I've been called a lot of shit, but I remember what I get called. And when the New Zealand press were writing stories about me, they were wrong, basically. The first articles that came out, I don't even remember what they said, which contradicts my earlier statement, but it was something not even like tethered to reality, which I've never even seen before. And then sure enough, the other articles coming out in Australia and New Zealand were reporting the exact same thing that the first article had reported, even though that first article was wrong. And I remember when I was in elementary school, my teacher told me that she would catch cheaters not because people sitting next to each other got every question right, but because people sitting next to each other, where one was a cheater, would get the same wrong questions wrong the same way. So that is to say that when one newspaper gets it wrong and the others copy it, I know that they copied it because it's the same wrong information and they're just borrowing from each other in a way that would never happen if they were doing their own research. So if Boris Lelay has a Interpol red alert, there is no fucking way for me to determine that. They don't have the fucking paperwork that they claim is obvious and common fucking knowledge. And for as far as I know, these websites could just be copying off each other's fucking papers, resulting in this web of Wikipedia valid citations that is completely wrong and without merit. And it's baffling to me. And I'm supposed to care. I'm supposed, like, this is... these fucking people, man. I'm supposed to care. Like, you can't. Here's how it works in America. I guess the Europeans don't get this. You're supposed to give me the document that says this is the issuing authority. This is why you should care. This is what must be done. And Europe is just whatever the fuck. You got fucking Frenchmen complaining in your email address, so that's supposed to be it. And if you don't comply, you're a fucking Nazi. Fuck you. If my ancestors didn't come over there and fight the Nazis, y'all would be speaking German, all right? So I don't want to fucking hear anything about this. And I'm not afraid of this fucking French group. But I know that the actual sleeping giants are supposedly big and scary, right? So there's probably going to be problems that come out of this, but it's going to be from the French going to the fucking Americans and asking the Americans for help. Again, this time to fight the internet Nazis, I guess. It's fucking pitiful. These people are scum fuckers, and the way this asshole, this cocksucker motherfucker writes is just despicable. He writes like a fucking anime villain. He writes like a cartoon character. Like, I sent him an email basically saying that you're a fucking cocksucker. You don't even have the papers that you think you do. And he says, Mr. Moon, it seems Google does not appreciate the foul language you use and classifies you as spam. Who are we to argue? Cordially, Sleeping Giants, France. And it's like, what's my takeaway from that kind of fucking reply? Is that a gotcha? Like, oh, I used the word fucking in an email, therefore Google classified me as spam. Shame on me. I should really give a fuck that your spam filters are shit. It's like a combination of a mentally stunted child and someone who is trying to sound imitating, but whose concept of imitating comes from like a Disney villain, and it's preposterous. How the fuck did these people get power and money? Do they have power? Am I wasting my time even talking to these people? They say that they got the backings of fucking multinationals, but apparently they don't. So fuck them. I'm sure I'm going to hear more of it, but for now, I consider this closed. Oh, and in a final email that I will show, they included this note, this little bit. As a word of warning. I don't want to show my email. Thanks a lot, OBS. What the fuck? As a word of warning, Borilele has been known to threaten or incite physical violence, doxing Jewish citizens or politicians. He has a number of aliases. We advise you secure your correspondence with him should you ever be on the other side of the coin and become his target. Or target. Sorry, target. And I'm guessing that what happened is that motherfucker goes to my Twitter page, right? And he sees, oh, this guy is a Jewish American. This guy is a Jewish American. I know how to scare him. Where's my where's my song at? God damn it. This better be it. I know what'll shake this guy to his boots. I know how to get this guy to comply. Just a little bit of fair warning that his comeuppance is right around the corner if he deals with this lele. And I don't know. That tickles me. I love it when random fucking people just it's very funny. So that's my 20-minute rant on French people. I hope you've enjoyed.